It's the tea.
The rap girlies are fighting.
No.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What is going on, y'all? Memphis versus Miami. Miami and Memphis smackdown took place on Twitter between GloRilla and JT. The rap girlies are fighting. The male rap boys are fighting. Everybody is fighting. Micro braids, retrogrades, eclipses, and even what? Earthquakes? It's too much going on. It's too much. I can't focus right now. Like, it's so much going on. I had no idea that this was even taking place. When I came online to see them arguing back and forth, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is happening? This is the second time I've seen some drama, and I'm 2-3 hours late to the function. I guess that's me growing up and not being online as much, but we got to talk about this mess, where it started from. And I have some words for JT. Y'all know I love JT. I really enjoyed her on the project that her and Doechii did. Beautiful song, Alter Ego, go check it out. JT looked amazing in the music video. Verse, singing, Doechii, everything, 888. So where did this originate from? This originated from JT commenting on an Instagram post. GloRilla released a project. She also dropped a song with her and Megan. You all know they are on tour, and GloRilla is opening for Megan Thee Stallion. So GloRilla is in her bag this Friday. She's doing a lot of press and stuff. She did an interview with Shannon Sharp not too long ago. And she's just, promoting, doing this stuff. She's doing her rounds and stuff. So the blogs on Instagram are posting stuff and, creating engagement and stuff. And somebody in the comment section asked, was it true about GloRilla smacking JT doing an award show? Now, we all heard, some of us heard about the rumor about her and GloRilla getting into it. We never did get any video footage of it or any confirmation. A lot of blogs didn't really post about it. Nobody reputable even talked about it. But it seems as though GloRilla might have been referencing it on her song, Yeah, Glo, where she said, smacking rap and making bail. And some folks like, is she talking about smacking JT? Like, what happened? But nobody really ever confirmed or anything. It really didn't go anywhere. And for JT to come in and comment on it and say, no, I ain't never been smacked. I don't know what y'all talking about. And then taking this energy onto Twitter, and GloRilla saw it, and GloRilla started clapping back. So they was going at it. I'm not gonna post all the tweets because y'all got other folks for that, but they were going at each other's neck. And it was funny because GloRilla was not letting up. And I was, late to the function, like I said, so I thought that maybe GloRilla had called JT ugly. JT is by far not ugly at all. She's a beautiful, dark-skinned woman. I love JT, to be honest. And I want to root for her, but this is one of those moments where I'm just like, JT, you reinforce the idea that you have like a nasty spirit around you. And I hate to use that term ever for a woman, specifically a black, dark-skinned woman, but you're kind of feeding into that and how you responded to her. So, they was going back and forth, and GloRilla had said ugly wig, those ugly wigs that you be wearing, girl, ain't nobody worried about you, da 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 da. And people made it seem as though GloRilla was saying that JT was ugly. From what I've seen from all of GloRilla's tweets, she never did imply that JT was ugly. She did say that she was doing some barbecue venue events, which, JT, a lot of folks have been saying that it's no shade. And she never did say the girl was ugly. But JT, responded back and, was calling her a pit bull and said that she didn't have any sex appeal. I think JT wanted to basically just call her the D word. I think she wanted to call her gay or any of those things. She was misgendering her, calling her a little boy, making reference to GloRilla, her body, and her being small or whatever. And I'm really disappointed in JT. I'm really disappointed because JT has fought off a lot of anti-black comments and stuff about her body, about her face and stuff. People using all type of colorist stuff to describe her. And for her to come online knowing how folks have compared her to looking like a man too, specifically in her older pictures and stuff, now she's using that against GloRilla. It just wasn't it. And this is the thing I love about Memphis, like checking. Like if you don't know Memphis culture is checking. Like I grew up in it. That's why I'm so good with coming back with reads. That's why I'm called the king of reads, period. Like Memphis, like walking down the halls of Transfer High School, getting checked just for having on certain shoes or whatever. I know everybody had that like probably experience in high school, but Memphis is known for this style of like checking. That's why we say ugly. Like it's a thing that we do. So she never talked about JT's looks. She didn't have to. That's how talented and quick-witted that GloRilla is. She never did have to talk about her looks. She was talking about everything else. Even to the point where JT was trying to talk about, you know, she was gonna catch another case about posting her mug shots. GloRilla responded and said, girl, you got arrested and went to jail for stealing, not fighting. Girl, shut up. And that's what I'm talking about. Like she took it, acknowledged it, and dragged it. Like that's what you do, quick wit. And GloRilla has been deleting a lot of tweets, and I'm glad that she has because GloRilla is on the up. I really did think for a second that we were probably going to see the slight decline in GloRilla because, you know, some of the songs that she put out wasn't receiving a lot of good attention. But this Yeah Glo has just inserted a new like boost for her. And her opening for Megan, and Megan in this tour doing well is selling out. The Atlanta show sold out like quick. It didn't take any time, like girl sold out. Meaning I could not find any tickets. It was hard for me to find tickets a day after the tickets were dropped. Like all that was available was resale tickets. Like she's doing good. Shout out to Megan. And they just released this song. They did a music video for it. It is good for GloRilla, so I'm not surprised that she said, you know, she said folks telling her to delete her stuff. She needs to focus on that. She had a good interview with Shannon Sharp. It's making its rounds, like folks are talking about it, and it's getting pressed. This is what we need to be focusing on. And I'm glad that GloRilla, like, you know what? It's hard. Like, this is when you really deep in, like, dive into yourself and like, girl, it's about me. This is not even worth it. JT clapping back and just being so, like, disgusting in how she was describing her, calling her little boy and just all that other stuff. She could have just, you know, she could have said in response, if I was JT and GloRilla made fun of me performing at like barbecue venues or whatever, barbecues and, you know, the Chili's and whatever, I would say, yeah, girl, you know, I gotta get it where I get it. Like, you know, I gotta make this stuff work. So I don't know what to tell you. Like stuff like that. I think if artists sometimes were vulnerable in moments like that, it would make people more like interested in their story. But JT did not take advantage of that at all. Like JT, it's no shade. We know that it's some messed up stuff going on with you and the City Girls. Like you are signed to Quality Control. They have practically abandoned you. You have talked, like y'all have talked about it. Like y'all have said stuff about it like, there's no help. You have Young Miami now having to perform at a club right next to a Chuck E. Cheese. Like, girl, something is going on. Like, something is going on. And y'all are not performing together. Y'all are not on tour together. You are now trying to make your name in this industry now, and you don't have a clear direction of what your brand is. Like, you do not have a hold on your brand and your image. You are very talented. Let me tell you something. JT is slaying it down when it comes to verses. There's no buts about that. Like, she looks good. I love this look that she's doing. I love that she's tapped into that. I'm loving that she is feeling comfortable in her thing. But JT, girl, you're going searching comments and stuff, looking at comments. Y'all want to be celebrities, but y'all act like the folks who are working 9 to 5s who y'all shade all the time. You are going, scrolling on Instagram, looking at comments. These folks did not tag you. You are going through the comments, looking at it. Why are you doing that? Trust me, as somebody who get their wig tugged consistently, I do not go looking for stuff. I would just not go look at it. I'm not going to pay attention to any of that stuff. Like, why? I know I'm going to find, there's 3,000 comments. There's going to be at least a couple of them that's going to be like, no, girl, like that's just what it is. And I feel like that's my thought process when folks talk about how Twitter is a nasty place. Twitter is actually not a nasty place. Like, social media is not really a nasty place. It's just there's millions and millions of people on there. And if we take 0.2% of those millions of people, some of them going to say some messed up stuff. And people are going to laugh at it and engage in it because it is entertainment. So it's not that social media is a bad place. It's just, girl, you're going to have folks who are not interested in what you're selling. That's going to be a given. And it's up for artists to be able to decipher between, you know, hey, I'm getting a lot of good positive stuff, and then you worried about the couple of negative comments. It shouldn't even got to you unless it was a big story. Nobody has really been talking about you being allegedly slapped by GloRilla. It was whispers. Now you have brought attention to it. You have responded to it. The blog screenshotted it, posted it, took it over to Twitter. You're responding to it. Now we all believe that it might have been something that happened. Like, folks who were not even paying attention to it are now hyper focused on it because you're tweeting and talking about it. And you're thinking, JT, that you're eating GloRilla up by saying, oh, that's why Yo Gotti owns you. Girl, have you not looked at your contract over at QVC or whatever, quality control? You might as well be on QVC selling furniture at this point, because the contract that quality control got y'all in a bind. Like, got y'all in a bind. Like, girl, y'all was signed to a black-owned label, and now it's owned by who? Jigga what? Like, quality control has completely abandoned y'all. Like, and even Little Baby too. Like, I don't even know if he's still signed to it, but like, that's the running joke that is happening. And I feel like you should be out here taking a moment and say, yes, I am rebuilding my brand and my image and you know, getting it and grinding. Everybody will be able to respect that. Now you're clapping back at GloRilla saying, oh, that's why you ain't had no bed when you was growing up. You was doing all that other stuff and da-da-da. Like, JT, if we really want to go back and pay attention, there's a tweet from 2022 where you mentioned GloRilla. And GloRilla, to our knowledge, didn't say anything about it. Matter of fact, I'm not even doing this on the timeline. It's becoming real repetitive for doggy treats. We already addressed it in the DMs. Goodbye, y'all. And JT responded, wait, I'm back to this last week because who doing anything for doggy treats? If anything, GloRilla have you a bone that you need to go feed to that dog you was posing by the pool with for hot chick, fancy pants, back in 2022. Like, you mentioned her in this. GloRilla ain't said nothing about you, whatever. Even GloRilla said, girl, you have felt some type of way since that, you know, that little run in. Like, she tweeted that something happened. Something happened. And let me be completely honest. If I had to put money on it, my money is going for GloRilla. Like, girl, there's pictures of GloRilla with AKs, like all type of sniper, like it's when she was like 14, 15 years old. GloRilla is hood Memphis princess down. Like, it just is what it is. Like, it just is what it is. And I'm going to be honest, Young Miami, like, you posting pictures of mugshots and stuff, like, for GloRilla to say, girl, you went to jail for stealing. That ain't the same thing. That ate you up. That ate you up. Now, let me be completely honest. Y'all know that I don't mind giving some words for GloRilla. Like, there's some stuff that GloRilla has done. I'm like, I'm not sure about that. There's some songs I haven't been feeling. Yes, GloRilla is from Memphis, Tennessee, my hometown. And a little bit of me do want to support and see her do her thing. But I don't mind, like, checking myself and saying, oh, girl, this is wrong or this ain't really giving. And I don't think that GloRilla was wrong for clapping back. Like, JT, you have to get control over yourself and have something about yourself, because you be so easily shifted by comments and tweets about you that it's tired. Like, it is tired. Like, you get and talk about folks online, you know, dragging you and all the other stuff. I see a lot of people always uplifting you. Always talking about how good your music is, how good your verse is. And it's like, you're so hyper focused on the negative, and then you want to say everybody's negative. Girl, there's a lot of positive stuff. Even folks was out here lying to you, telling you that you was eating GloRilla up. I just don't believe for a second that she was eating GloRilla up. Like, GloRilla was tagging that butt. And just because GloRilla was deleting them tweets don't mean anything. GloRilla was deleting them tweets because she has something to lose. She has an up-and-coming career. She's about to go on tour with Megan in less than probably, a month from now. Megan don't want to be associated with that mess. I guarantee you Megan just like, girl, she probably ain't said it, it was like, girl, I guarantee you GloRilla's folks probably said, sister, you taking away from what we need to be putting out, which is your music, and you, like, doing your stuff. I guarantee you that's what's going on. And honestly, if JT wants to talk about the switch up, JT, you're the last person that needs to be talking about a switch up and what GloRilla allegedly did to Sweetie, because it seems as though Sweetie and GloRilla are cool. You brought up something about Sweetie is supposed to be on the F and F remix, and she wasn't on that. And we saw a video of GloRilla and Sweetie like chopping it up. Now, what does look like a switch up is how you did Megan, because Megan was waiting for a verse from you. She mentioned it on Carisha Please. She said she was waiting for a verse from JT and she never got it. And you never did send it to her. You never did get back with her. Maybe that has something to do with you, you know, and your allegiance to Nicki Minaj, because you are part of the Do Anything clique. You are part of being the other girls. Y'all do be getting doggy treats. Like Nicki Minaj is on a sold out tour and none of y'all are opening for her. Like she's going to these different cities and she only person that she's brought out that's a rapper is 50 Cent, a man. Like she's not bringing none of the rap girls out. She didn't bring you out. She didn't have you open. She didn't have you do nothing. And you have somebody like Megan Thee Stallion who's like relatively kind of new. This is her first kind of like tour like this, and she bringing out a new girl. Like that's how it's supposed to go. That's unity, period. And even I respect GloRilla for saying like I would love to see Cardi B and Nicki Minaj like work out. They're gonna make some music. Like I believe that. Like I think a lot of people would like that. But honestly, everybody don't have to be friends. I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay. Everybody ain't got to be friends. Like, but we ain't got to be beefing and doing stupid stuff all the time. But let's get into the booth. And where's the Lotto? Big Lotto. Get in the booth. Like, get in the booth. And, you know, I just want to see better from JT. I would love to see better from JT, but JT just seems to be so hyper-focused on all of the negative things that she can't see the positive. And probably why she's stuck where she's at now, wherever that may be. But let's be completely honest, like JT, your career right now is doing something, and we don't know if it's going up or if it's going down or if it's being stagnant. And that's a real conversation right now. And I feel like that's what's getting to you, because you're assigned to a label that's not helping you out. You are in a group and now y'all are not doing stuff together. It's just like, girl, what is going on? You got way too many things to be worried about right now. Way too many things to be worried about than to be dragging this girl. You could have just said your piece and moved on about your business. But you interjected yourself into that. You responded on Instagram. You did not have to do that. Like, there be so many other comments of folks uplifting and saying nice stuff to y'all, and y'all just be ignoring it. Now, there was one time when you did send some money to some girl to help her pay her rent. I think that was Lotto. Lotto, you did that. Lotto, you did that. Lotto, tweeted and said, girl, I love being rich because I can, eat whatever I want any day. And somebody responded and said, girl, I wish I had it like that. And, girl, I just want my rent paid. And Lotto sent her some money, period. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Like, pay attention to stuff like that. That makes you more likable. This tells me that y'all ain't got no team. Because JT, if we being honest, a team should have told you, girl, delete them tweets, take them down. But you don't really have one. And GloRilla does. That's why they told her to delete the tweets. So you didn't win this, sister. Like, you are currently on a tour at Chuck E. Cheese plazas. And JT, girl, that's not it. Being as long as this career you have been in, it's not looking good. And you are talented. And we can have a conversation about you being a black woman, people not taking you serious, and you also being dark skinned. You talking about some, she's not giving sex appeal. You are making fun of GloRilla not giving sex appeal when people have said that about you in the beginning. I don't understand. You were uncomfortable serving this sexiness for a while. Like, you were uncomfortable doing, you didn't want to do that. You didn't, and you shouldn't have to do that to sell. So why are you talking about that? Like, you should understand as someone who struggled giving sexiness in the beginning, because it was no issue for Young Miami. Young Miami had no problem wearing the heels and doing all the other stuff and like twerking. You don't want to do that, and that's okay. But you sitting here dragging this girl for something that you're not even comfortable with makes absolutely no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Love you down, JT sister, but we got to be honest and get it together and get into our bag and get out our feelings. Stop looking at negative comments all the time. Focus on the positive. Focus on your craft. Focus on rebuilding your brand, because your image is like really, honestly, confusing at this point. Like, you need to be focused on your rebrand, your image. What is your name? Are you a city girl or are you not? Because we are confused. Me and my homegirls don't know where to go. But I know I'm not going to no damn plaza. I don't know. Well, I might. It depends. But that's all I got. Let me know what y'all thought about the whole, whatever this was, this turkey sandwich beef that is going on in the comments, and I'll talk y'all later. Bye.